All right, let's get right into it. We've got to talk about something kind of scary, actually. It's a new kind of scam, powered by AI, that's getting incredibly good. And what it does is, it takes the voice of someone you love and uses it to try and turn your entire world upside down in just a few minutes.
So I want you to just picture this. Your phone rings, you answer, and it's your grandchild. But their voice is panicked, they're crying, just completely terrified, and they're begging you for help. I mean, it's a nightmare scenario, right? It's the kind of thing that chills you to the bone. And this is exactly why groups like the AARP are saying so many older adults are really worried about these AI scams.
And then, in the middle of all that chaos, you hear this. A desperate plea to keep it a secret, and an urgent, immediate demand for money. Look, this isn't just a random request, it's a script. It is a carefully worded trap designed to short-circuit your brain and make you act on pure panic.
Okay, so panic is their weapon. But you know what? Information? That's our shield. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. We are going to arm you with everything you need to spot one of these AI voice scams a mile away. So you can stay calm, take back control, and most importantly, keep your money right where it belongs, with you.
So here's what makes this whole thing so cruel. This scam doesn't really go for your wallet, not at first. No, it goes straight for your heart. These scammers, they know that the love you have for your family is probably the most powerful instinct you have, and they use that, they exploit it, without even blinking.
Their whole game plan is built on one thing: speed. They throw you into this crazy, high-stakes, emotional storm, and the goal is to get you to act before you can think, before that little voice of reason in your head has a chance to even wake up and start asking questions.
All right, so let's pull back the curtain and see how they actually build this fake emergency. Because once you see the blueprint, it's a lot less scary. It actually follows a super predictable pattern. And just knowing that pattern, well, that's your first line of defense right there.
And the stories they tell, they're almost always the same. It's going to be some sudden dramatic crisis, a car accident, an unexpected arrest. Maybe they lost their phone. And here's a classic move. They'll often have a second person, a so-called lawyer or cop, jump on the call just to add another layer of pressure and make it all feel more legit.
And you really need to listen to the words they use, because it's all about control. When you hear things like, "Don't tell mom," or "Whatever you do, don't hang up," that's a huge red flag. They're trying to isolate you to build this little bubble of fear where their voice is the only one you hear.
Okay, so let's boil this all down. I want to give you the 3 biggest red flags to look out for. If you spot any of these, those alarm bells in your head should be going off like crazy. First up, red flag number 1, urgency. This is the fuel for the whole scam. Everything is an emergency. Everything has to happen right now. They want you so scared that you're just reacting, not thinking. But listen, consumer protection experts like the FTC, they're really clear on this. Your single best move is to resist that pressure to act immediately. Just pause. A real emergency is still going to be an emergency in 5 minutes. That gives you time to breathe and think straight.
All right, next. Red flag number 2 is secrecy. They're going to push, and I mean really push, for you to keep this whole thing a secret. And let's be crystal clear, this has nothing to do with privacy. It is 100% about control. Why? Because they know the second you talk to somebody else, anybody, the whole scam just unravels. Secrecy is the only thing protecting them.
And that brings us to the third, and maybe the most obvious red flag of them all, and that is how they ask for the money.
Look, if anyone, I don't care who they sound like, is in an emergency and asks you to pay with gift cards or wire transfers or cryptocurrency, you stop. Full stop. There's only one reason they ask for those things. They're fast, they're anonymous, and once that money's gone, it is gone. You can't get it back. That's not just a red flag, that's a giant flashing neon sign.
Okay, so you've spotted the red flags. Your gut is screaming that something is wrong. What's the plan? What do you do? Right then and there. Let's walk through a simple 3-step safety plan that absolutely shuts this scam down every single time.
Step 1, hang up the phone. Seriously, just hang up. It might feel rude, I get it, but you're not being rude, you're being safe. Step 2, immediately call your loved one back. But, and this is the most important part, use the number you already have for them in your phone's contacts. Do not call back the number that just called you. Step 3, call someone else, another family member, a parent, anyone who can help you check the story. Just these 3 steps, and poof, the scammer's control is gone.
This is something I really want you to burn into your memory. It's so important.
No real emergency has ever gotten worse because someone took 10 seconds to breathe. But you know what? A fake emergency? It'll stop it dead in its tracks.
Okay, so that's how you react in the moment. But what if we could get ahead of the game? There's a super simple, totally low-tech tool that your family can set up, like tonight, that basically makes this whole scam impossible. It's a family safe word, or a passcode, whatever you want to call it. It can be anything. A goofy inside joke, the name of your first dog, that one weird restaurant you all went to on vacation. It just has to be something only your real family would know. So if you ever get one of these weird calls, all you have to do is ask, what's the word?
And here's the beautiful thing about it. This is why it's so powerful. A scammer can use AI to copy a voice from like a 30-second clip on social media. But what they can't do, they can't know your family's private inside jokes. They might have the voice, but they will never, ever have the right answer to your question.
So look, if there's just one thing you remember from all of this, please let it be this. A familiar voice is not proof. I'm going to say that again. A familiar voice is no longer proof. In the world we live in now, we have to verify.
So let's just run through the playbook one last time, real quick. That crazy call comes in, what do? You slow down, you hang up, you call back on a number you trust, and you verify. That's it. That simple 4-step plan is your absolute best defense.
Listen, the world is changing, and technology is changing fast. But that doesn't mean we have to be scared, and it definitely doesn't mean we have to be victims. When you understand how these scams work, and when you have a plan, you can move forward with confidence. You're informed, you're prepared, and you are so much harder to fool.